um let's talk about assets. So today is real estate 101, assets generating real estate versus cash flow investments. Good afternoon. I want to start this video by saying a very big thank you to everybody, okay, that have joined us. Going, of course, I'll be attaching my microphone now for noise cancellation because of the fan. Yes, you can remove it. All right, so let me know where you're joining us from this afternoon, this beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in the beautiful city of Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, good afternoon. All right, so let me know where you're from. Um, this is Property Matter live session here in the beautiful city of Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, good afternoon. So we're going to be discussing something that is very, very important, and this discussion is way um, okay. So this discussion is very, very due for conversation. So I'm just going to quickly um, give a brief overview of some of the things we'll be discussing. So yesterday I talked extensively on some important things about Lagos properties, where I talked extensively about understanding land documentation, and I went as far as going to the history of property documentation. I talked about how you can safeguard your investment. So I'll be doing something pretty different from what we have done yesterday, and I will quickly just cite one important thing. Now, when you are investing, shut the door. So, when you are investing in properties in Nigeria, uh, a lot of people don't understand that two properties don't serve the same function. And one of the reasons why I'm making this explanation, please come help me unplug this here. Why the reason why I'm making this explanation is that many people have not understood that there are some investments that are good for asset generation, and there are some investments that are good for cash flow. Now, when I talk about um, cash flow real estate investment, I'm talking about investments that can pay your bills, investments that can sponsor both your local and foreign trips. I'm talking about investments that can pay school fees, investments that can repair, just sustain your lifestyle, any lifestyle you choose to have. So there are real estate investments that are perfect fits for that categorization. Meanwhile, there are other real estate investments that you will have them, and it will become extremely difficult for you to liquidate them in a situation whereby you need an emergency fund. And because of the fact that the industry is highly saturated, sometimes it becomes extremely difficult, okay, for real estate investors to understand this. So I'll be going live on Facebook as well, so that most of my people can join. So I'm going to be talking about how to identify cash flow real estate investment, and that's going to become the core. So cash flow investments are properties that can sustain any given lifestyle that you choose to live. Now, when I talk about given lifestyle, basically, you like to travel for vacation, you want to enjoy good lifestyle, you want steady cash flow. There are real estate investments that fit perfectly into that category. And today's emphasis, I'm going to be explaining how you can identify such investments. So today is going to be an expose to something that I've been wanting to talk about. Okay, good afternoon, Summer. Thanks for joining us. Mr. Matt Greg, thanks for joining us. Please put on the so that I can monitor the sound. Thanks for joining us. So I'll be explaining that very quickly, and I'll try as much as I can to make the class very brief. Mute the TV. I must not hear any sound. All right. So what are cash flow investments? Cash flow investments are investments that thrives on demand. Now, when I talk about demand, the first thing you need to understand if you are investing in Lagos is that properties in Lagos don't control the same volume of demand. And you must also understand basically that the number of rooms in some properties does not guarantee if such property will command high rental value. What I'm trying to say in essence basically is that a one bedroom in a prime location, okay, can have high rental can have high rental demand than a four bedroom or a fully detached duplex in other locations. So I want you to follow me closely so that you can have an accurate understanding of what I'm trying to say. Now, cash flow investments are investments that are strategically located in locations where there is demand. So if we are talking about demand in real estate, it is very important that we stress all this importance so that when you are investing, you will not be putting your hard-earned money in an investment that cannot sustain your lifestyle. Now, I have a very client of mine. This man I've been working with him, helping him in his property acquisition in Lagos, Nigeria. And this man basically has 7 units of two-bedroom apartments um, in on the mainland. And the 7 units of the two-bedroom apartment commands a rental value of 5 million naira annually. Now, when you now calculate 5 times 7, that means that demands property 5 times 7. So demands property pays him 35 million annually without lifting a finger. Yes. So that kind of investment is called a cash flow investment. That means that he earns 35 million naira annually without moving a muscle, without shifting a finger, without doing a lot of things. All he just does basically is that he puts all his lawyers in charge, they monitor his rent, and he earns his money as at when due. That's, my brothers and sisters, my fathers and mothers watching this video, is a cash flow investment. So, and there are some people that they have probably a luxury property of maybe 80 million naira, let's say a 4 bedroom or a 3 bedroom fully detached bungalow. And that 4 bedroom fully detached bungalow hardly fetches them 5 million per year. So when it comes to cash flow investments, it is not determined, or what I'm trying to say is that a 1 bedroom apartment in a prime location can give you more rental opportunities, more rental value than a 4 bedroom in a location that is unknown. Now, because of the fact that many people don't understand how the game of real estate is being played, yes, it's a game because you see, the industry is very, very saturated, basically, very, very saturated, and it becomes extremely difficult for real estate investors to identify properties that can pay them without moving a muscle. And this is why I'm going to be talking about majorly cash flow real estate investments and assets generating real estate investments. They are not of the same category, and I'll be doing that. So I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that have joined today's broadcast. And without wasting further time, let's go straight into it. An asset generating real estate are properties that offers your real estate investment portfolio. They increase your real estate investment portfolio. So I'm going to start by explaining what an asset generating real estate is. Like, for instance, if you own acres of land, okay, in an emerging community, that obviously has increased your real estate investment portfolio, okay, and